Product management. All right, let me start with my story. So I go by Coach Roundtree. Fun fact, because I started my career as a sixth grade science teacher and basketball coach at Oberlin Middle School back in 2007. So I've always been a coach. It's something that I truly love to do, coaching and mentoring. And that's why I'm excited about this content, because it's a form of coaching, sharing what I know, helping people to get inspired about their career space. And I'm really passionate about interviewing as well. So this journey the last year has been a perfect marriage in terms of the coaching and wanting to teach and wanting to really give back. So that's what I really love. But my background has been over the last 12 years since starting as a science teacher. I got my MBA at NC State, Master's of Business Administration, and that positioned me from educator to business leader. But after business school in 2012, when I graduated, I spent about 7 years in marketing. That's where I was laser focused with big companies, Fortune 500 companies such as Lowe's and a few others. But that's where I started to really lean into marketing. And I learned about CRM, customer relationship marketing. I learned about direct mail, sending out physical mail pieces to customers, email marketing, social media, display ads, product marketing, which is really about if you're launching a new product as a product marketing specialist or manager, I was responsible for making sure I had all the support across all marketing channels to launch that new product. But around 2019, I was like, okay, Marcus or Coach Roundtree is the marketing guy. I started to become that. And I felt like I was kind of putting myself in a box. I was a domain expert. I'm going to come back to that here shortly. I was a domain expert for marketing. If you needed to drive sales, if you needed to reactivate customers, acquire new customers across all the different companies I've worked with, I've been that go-to guy to really help drive marketing. And I love collaborating with people. Cross-functional leadership is another thing that I've really focused on throughout my career. So marketing for 7 years, from 2012 to 2019, I'm the marketing person. And then I was fortunate to get a job offer at Amazon. Moved from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast up in Seattle in 2019, the end of 2019, right before the pandemic, and got this big job. I was now a senior product marketing manager focusing on launching new products, as I mentioned. When I got to Amazon, one of my first meetings was with a product manager. And I was like, dude, what's your job? And he said, well, it's kind of complicated. I do a lot of things. So I immediately got excited because I wasn't going to be put in a box if I got into product management. He said, I talk to users, customers about my product. I do research, working with consumer research agencies or my UX partners to talk about the design. I'm working with legal, accounting. I'm doing all these things to launch something new to really acquire new customers, drive top line revenue. I'm making a big impact. And I was like, whoa, what's your role again? He said, well, it's product management. I'm a product manager. I wear multiple hats and I deliver. I solve problems for customers. And I said, all right, in 2020, I said, this is what I want to do. I want to be a product manager. And so I got my first official product role in towards the end of 2020. At that time, I was at Lowe's, where I was a senior product manager building marketing technology. And since 2020, I've been in the product space, and I've been really excited about just the discipline overall and just the cool things you can do with product. So that was my story. I started in teaching in 2007, and then got my MBA 2010 to 2012. I spent 7 years in marketing, becoming an expert, and then transitioned to product. The number one gem that I can give you from my experience is, if you want to jump into product, you have no product experience, leverage what you currently have and solve the use cases for that specific domain. For example, marketing expert, know everything about marketing. So when I joined Lowe's, I was solving problems for marketing use cases. So I would go to the marketing team and say, hey, what keeps you up at night? Well, we can't execute these digital experiences on Lowe's.com fast enough. So I would build a platform and say, here you go, marketing team. Now you can move faster. Like that's an example of taking my domain knowledge in marketing, understanding the pain that marketing users have, understanding the pain that customers have when they're shopping online. And then I was the person writing those user stories. As a marketer at Lowe's, I should be able to create a one-time piece of content in 3 steps or less. I was writing those user stories, working with my engineers, UX partners, and really driving that to deliver those new features. So take what you know. If you're in HR right now, say you have a sales background, PR, maybe you are really laser focused in marketing or finance. I know a lot of folks in the finance space. You have years of experience in finance. You can become a product manager solving finance use cases, a product manager solving human resources use cases, a product manager solving sales development use cases. So don't feel like, oh, I want to get into product. I don't have the experience. I'm a former science teacher, no ball coach. And if I can make it a product, you can. All right. So that's the first part of this video. Now I'm going to go to the whiteboard and really talk about just more the day in the life of a product manager, what I do in my day to day, some of the skills you have to possess to be successful. Some you can need to have before you jump into product. Others you can learn on the job. And then we'll close out this video with just tips to get into product management.